You see the logo, you already know what time it is, man. Route talk. Come on now, we finna get into it. You already know we tapping in. You seen the thumbnail, my nigga. Let's talk about BMF. Who is it? What is it? And where it come from, man. Let's tap in with it. Alright, cuz BMF, otherwise known as Black Mafia Family, was known as a drug trafficking and money laundering organization that was ran by Demetrius Edward Big Meech Flannery and his brother Terry Lee Southwest T. Flannery. Both was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, cuz. And check this out, cuz. Big Meech and his brother Terry Lee both started as a drug dealer in high school, serving substances like weed, cocaine, and shit like that in the late 90s. The late 80s through the 90s. And check this out, cuz. Before they was Big Meech and Southwest T, they was known as the 50 Boys. And by the early 2000s, bro, Big Meech and Southwest T was selling drugs all over the country in multiple states. But also in the early 2000s is when they started their label, BMF Entertainment. Which is basically a hip hop record label. And then this record label, man, they had a lot of big names at the time like Jay-Z, T.I., Young Jeezy, and more big names in the hip hop community at that time. But the reason they created this label was for their drugs. They was trying to launder the money they was making for their drugs into the label. You feel what I'm saying? But it was also an attempt at a legitimate business opportunity. You feel me? Like they was really trying to get illegal income and legal income at the same time. But that wouldn't last for too long though. Cause man, 5 years. 5 years is all it was. In 2005, both Big Meech and his brother Southwest were picked up and convicted of drug trafficking and money laundering. And they both were sentenced to 30 years in penitentiary, in a penitentiary. But man, just 15 years later, Terry Lee, aka Southwest, was released on home confinement due to the COVID-19 pandemic and them trying to limit the spread of COVID-19 in the federal penitentiaries. But man, that's for Big Meech. He is set to be released in 2028 in about 5 years. So it's looking good for him, man. He's supposed to be coming home in 2031, but they shortened it down to 2028. So hey, free that man, Big Meech, man. See, but man, a lot of y'all might only know Demetrius Flannery Jr. Lil Meech, if you feel what I'm saying. That Lil Meech right there. And a lot of y'all might only know him. The nigga that's dating, well, that was dating SZA. See, man, Lil Meech is probably at this point more popular than Big Meech. This right now in this generation, a lot of niggas back in the day know Big Meech, but Lil Meech, man, Lil Meech is an actor, a well-known actor for his most popular role in BMF. See now, BMF the label, or BMF the group, and BMF the show is two different things, but they both mean the same thing, which is Black Mafia Family. BMF, the group or the gang, that's what Big Meech and and Terry Lee, that's what they were in. That's what they known for. That's what they, the drug trafficking, the money laundering, and the record label. That's that. But BMF the show is a different thing. BMF the show was created by a dude named Randy Huggins and Curtis Jackson, otherwise known as 50 Cent, aka 50 Cent. Now, me personally, man, I ain't never watched the show BMF, but as far as I'm reading, it really goes into the life of Big Meech and Southwest T, man. It basically breaks down what they was doing, the money laundering and the drug trafficking. It's a 2-season series that you can watch on shit. I don't even know what you can watch that motherfucker on. Me personally, I'm gonna watch it on a website that I ain't even gonna disclose in this video, girl. Nah, but the creator of the show, Huggins, he basically his motive for creating this show is to basically go in depth on the streets and what's going on in Detroit. Cause I guess that's where he from. Well, that is where he from. So basically, he just wanna take everybody to take a deep dive into the look and the environment of Detroit and what's really going on in Detroit. So if you think you'll fuck with that, go watch the show. But man, in the show, Little Meech portrays Big Meech, of course. As I said, he's a star actor in the show. And basically, Little Meech portrays Big Meech in the show. And Terry Lee is played by some nigga. I don't even know his name.
I beg your pardon?
But man, yeah, man, that's really the history and the conclusion of Big Meech, the label, and the street gang, and the continuation of BMF through the show and through Lil Meech, cause Lil Meech really running that up. But nah, man, this really was just a little short video on the history and the continuation of BMF, aka Black Mafia Family,
Or Black Mafia family.
aka BMF. But man, yeah, man, if y'all fuck with the video, y'all already know to do like the video, cuz go ahead, subscribe, my nigga. And for y'all niggas, I know it's gonna be some niggas that's probably gonna be like, man, this not even about rap. Yeah, it is. BMF was a record label, you bitch ass nigga. But nah, though. If y'all fuck with the video, like the video, subscribe. Go check out some more shit. Go check out the latest video that motherfucker going on right now. Go check that whole out. That whole good, that whole fire, that whole valley, my nigga. No cap, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Catch y'all with y'all niggas in the next video, man. Keep it cracking, cuz.